This is the JB4 that was on my car when I bought it. This is the G4. So I'm trying to do the G5, but according to what I read on n54 Tech, that you might have to rewire the harness, and you can also send the harness to BMS, Burger Motorsports, to have them do the rewire job. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here and what I'm looking at here, but there's also these O2 simulators. So now I have to figure out how I'm supposed to undo the O2 simulators, because the newer JB4 already has the fix for it for doing the downpipe deletes, but now I don't even know if this car even has the rear O2 sensors or not. So if I delete these, then I guess I'll have to go and buy O2 sensors to hook back up so that all that will work. So there's two of these. One's here. I don't know where the other one went. And then there's just a random wire that's not connected to anything. These two wires are connected for the O2 simulators, or at least one of them. Here's the other O2 simulator. So the challenge is trying to figure out if I need to get rid of these O2 simulators, and how do I hook it back up stock. And then if I need to hook it back up stock, then do I need to buy O2 sensors? Because I'm guessing this car doesn't even have them in the back side. They probably have them. Yeah, they do have them in the front, or else it wouldn't run correctly. Then the other challenge is, does this harness need to be rewired for this board or for the G5, or doesn't it? So in 2010 is when they changed to a different style harness. If you had an earlier model harness for the JB4, then you have to rewire it to make that work. So the questions I have are, do I have the updated harness, and if not, how do I find that out? And if I get rid of these simulators and put it back stock, how do I hook it back up stock? The other question is, does this car even have the plugs anymore for the other O2 sensors that aren't there, or so we think aren't there anymore? And if it doesn't have the pigtails, then where do I get those pigtails? So the only thing I'm really trying to do here is, all I want to do is run my 3.5 bar map sensor so I can calculate higher boost pressures with the turbos that I plan to run on this car. But in order to do that, I have to have the G5, or I guess the G5 hooked up, and you can't hook that up unless the wiring's right, I guess. Everything seems to function like it's supposed to, and if you have the G5 board, then I guess you gotta get rid of the two O2 simulators. Well, how do you go about doing that? So since I'm down here, I'm just curious if anybody knows what this is. There's a plug here, a fuse, a wire, it's a 30 amp fuse, and they run to the headlights. So you can see that it's wired in right there. It runs across to the other headlight right here. Just wired in right here for some reason. The plug looks like this right here. And I think the wire is cut. Can't remember. Okay, so the wire has this weird connection to this wire. Anybody know what that is? And what does that run to?